Good evening. Hope you can hear me. My name is Ratnesh Kumar, Iowa State Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering and the Department of Computer Science. Please note that the reception will continue until 6 p.m., which is when the lecture will begin. Meanwhile, it is my privilege to welcome Iowa State University's first woman president, Dr. Wendy Winterstein, to present tonight's speaker, the first woman civilian police advisor to United Nations and first woman ranked police officer of India, Dr. Kiran Bedi. With a token of appreciation, please help me welcome Dr. Wendy Winterstein and Dr. Kiran Bedi. Thank you.
Whoops.
This is my book for you, Wendy.
Okay. Would you like?
Friends, this is my book which I've written over the last 5 years, and finally the 6th year. Hey, the colors match your dress completely.
That's right. and the title matches you.
Oh, how sweet of you. How sweet of you, really.
So,
what an honor meeting the first president of this university ever, first woman president. Thank you.
So, very nice. Thank you. Well,
A little something more before we exchange.
Yes. Oh, okay.
You must take a snippet of this.
Oh.
This is a beautiful colors of India.
So beautiful.
Here we go.
Here we go. How beautiful. How beautiful. And so we match.
Yes, we match.
That's very nice. Thank you. How
Thank
lovely. The colors of India.
Thank you.
So, earlier today, when I had the opportunity to meet with our students who are celebrating the Hindu celebration of today, I shared with some of them that I've traveled to India twice. It is a beautiful country. The food is delicious. And so much extraordinary enterprise, a great people with a great future and wonderful set of opportunities in front of them. So it really my pleasure to have visited your country and to know some of your people from my visit. So it's very, very special for me to have been able to make those trips. So I have a small presentation.
Well, thank you.
So I thought it was important to bring a great author, an Iowa State University pin. So it's a very special pin with Iowa State Science with Practice, Iowa State University Science with Practice connected to it, so that when you next sit down to write another important document or book, maybe you'll pick up that Iowa State pin and you'll remember tonight and our time together and your time here with our students.
That's very lovely.
Very
I'm going to
nice.
keep this safely.
Great, very
and
good.
Use it rightly.
Rightly, and use it rightly. So, very good. Well, how special again to be together, and how wonderful that we would have the honor of having you be on campus for this lecture. We are blessed.
Thank you. I want to
thank you.
Thank Professor Kumar for really doing this connectivity.
Yes,
it's his magic.
It is his magic. And it goes to show what can happen with one person seeing the opportunity and bringing us all
will you join
together.
us?
That's right.
Please.
So, yeah, we should have a picture all together.
Yeah, together. Yeah. And friends, why don't you all come here and take a picture with the president? Come on.
Yes.
All of you. All of you, you can leave your plates and pakoras behind. You know, ye sambhalo. Come. All of us, come on. A group picture. You can be here. Come right ahead.
Oh, this is a great idea.
Yeah. Let's have a group picture. Sorry. That's lovely. See what a great picture? Come on, run, jog. Why don't you join us too?
Good evening and namaste. I'm Ratnesh Kumar, a professor in both electrical and computer engineering department and the computer science department. We would like to begin this event with a land acknowledgement. Iowa State University is located on the ancestral lands and territory of the Bakotsi or Aui Nation. The United States obtained the grant from the Meskwaki and Sauk nations in the Treaty of 1842. We wish to recognize our obligations to this land and to the people who took care of it, as well as to the 17,000 native people who live in Iowa today. We would like to thank the co-sponsors of tonight's talk, the Office of Senior Vice President and Provost, and the Committee on Lectures, which is funded by the student government. Also, the ISU Student Clubs of Hindu Yuva, as well as India Student Association, for being a part of this event. And the various local communities, the Indian Cultural Association of Ames, the Indo-American Association of Iowa in Des Moines, and the Hindu Temple and Cultural Center in Madrid for helping spread the word. A few housekeeping items. Each chair has a note card. Dr. Bedi requests that if you have a question, you write it down on the note card. After she finishes her presentations, volunteers will collect these note cards and bring to the stage. Please do not use a flash if you're taking pictures, and please keep your cell phone quiet. If you leave before the question and answer is finished, please exit quietly and refrain from talking until you have left the room. Finally, a lectures program student worker will be in the Great Hall lobby outside to swipe your student IDs if you're here for a class credit. Swiping will not start until the lecture is finished. With that, and prior to inviting Dr. Bedi for her presentation, let me ask Hindu Yuva President Kaushiki Singh to quickly introduce their student club.
Thank you, Professor Kumar. Namaste, distinguished guests, Dr. Bedi, students, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to represent Hindu Yuva, a multicultural student organization on campus, and one of the co-organizers of the event. I would like to take 2 minutes of your time to tell you a bit about Hindu Yuva. Hindu stands for traditional Indian values and dharma, while Yuva represents youth for unity, virtues, and actions. Hindu Yuva at Iowa State University is one of the 48 student chapters across the nation that strives to practice, preserve, and inform traditional Indian value. We offer an immersive and experiential exposure of the traditional Indian way of life to the student and the local community, and also organize festival celebrations, conduct interfaith dialogue, hold yoga events, as well as offer volunteer services on and off campus. To give you a snapshot of our activities, we start the semester with celebration of the Indian Independence Day, generally by inviting a distinguished guest. We also celebrated Universal Oneness Week, the celebrations of which are currently on, wherein we thank the campus and the Ames administration, including the Iowa State University President, the Office of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Ames Fire Department, as well as Ames and the ISU Police for their services, and wish them good health and prosperity. We also offer some volunteer services at the food pantry in Ames, Food at First, at the nearby temple in Madrid and at the Gurudwara. We also organize a Hindu Awareness Week, wherein we arrange an exhibition on Indian culture and values, and also screen documentaries and organize talks. We celebrate the International Yoga Day on campus with fellow students, staff, and faculty. Last but not the least, Hindu Yuva is supported by Vivekananda House, which is the Hindu Cultural Center in Ames, and it houses a library, a meditation, and a prayer room. Anyone is welcome to visit the Vivekananda House or to reach out to us for any help or support. Thank you. I will now like to call back Professor Ratnesh Kumar, who will introduce our today's special guest, Dr. Bedi, among us from India. There are many who have taken part in organizing this evening, bringing this event together, but one person among us has played a pivotal role in bringing that special guest to us this evening. He's none other than our very own Electrical and Computer Engineering Departments, Barbara and James R. Palmer Chair Professor and recipient of the highest research award of Iowa State, the Award for Outstanding Achievement in Research, felicitated for exemplary national and international reputation for contributions in research and dedication for guiding and influencing research of students, our very own Professor Ratnesh Kumar, a distinguished lecturer of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers Control Systems Society and a fellow of both Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers as well as American Association for the Advance of Science. Without further ado, I hand over the floor to Professor Kumar. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Hello. Thank you, Kaushiki. It is our privilege to have Dr. Bedi among us tonight. Dr. Bedi was the first woman to have joined the officer's rank of Indian Police Force in 1972. And she was the 24th Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. Dr. Bedi also served as the first woman civilian police advisor to the United Nations in peacekeeping operations. Some of her accomplishments include winning the Gallantry Award from the Government of India and being awarded the Magsaysay Award, also known as Asia's Nobel Peace Prize. Dr. Bedi was an Asian tennis champion and is the author of several books. She founded the Navjyoti India Foundation and the Now India Vision Foundation, which serve the unprivileged in rural and urban areas and in prisons. Dr. Bedi has Masters in Political Science from Punjab University, Chandigarh, a PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, and is a postdoctorate Nehru Fellow. Her latest book, Fearless Governance, is based on realities during her service as Lieutenant Governor. It was released by Ms. Indra Nui, the former CEO of Pepsi. Please give a warm Iowa State welcome to Dr. Kiran Bedi.
Thank you. Are we on here? Yes, we are.
Yes, it's on.
Good. Thank you, friends. Who all do I thank? 1, 2, 3, 4. So many thanks to each one of you. So proud of you that you've come back to listen to one of your own, just as I've come to see my own. So proud of each one of you who's present here. I want to thank the president of our university here, and most of all, Professor Kumar. What a chance incidence at the Hindu temple. That was not a chance call, came on the WhatsApp saying, "Hello Kiran, are you here?" He was introduced by my IPS colleague, and let me know when my timing is done, okay? I want to keep the clock. When must we start with the Q&A? Right, let's keep the clock. Good. So it was a chance WhatsApp call coming from him saying, "I'm here," introduced by one of my IPS colleague, and I am quite connected. Communication is my strength. I'm a Geminian, and Geminians are very good, very strong in communication. I connected with him, and that's where I am, the Hindu temple, and in just a few days, how well we've connected. I found a friend in him. What a wonderful, what an honor that we have such an illustrious professor coming here in the West. Now I'm trying to connect him back with India so that he transfers technology, agriculture technology back in India. So thank you very much, he and Mrs. Kumar. And she's made some wonderful dinner for me, so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll keep our Q&A short, okay? So that we can run to dinner. No, but you get your time. I'll keep the time clock. I've got a great presentation for you. Presentation about, again, it was his suggestion to say, come and share with us the good practices you've been following in your 40 years of career. What is it that was common all through your career and what worked for you? And then he helped me identify, actually he identified truly, that look for trust, look for empowerment, and look for accountability, called the T concept: trusting, empowering, and accountability. And I add one more called giving. This is what have been my good practices which I followed through 40 years of my career: policing, prisons, peacekeeping in the United Nations, and then in Pondicherry, all peace, Pondicherry as Lieutenant Governor, and then of course to translate into book writing. So I'm going to give you a common traits of good leadership, good practices which worked for me. And I have no reason which wouldn't work. They're pretty universal, as you will see Indira Nui in the end talking about it. So friends, the little background which I probably you do not know is I belong to very visionary parents. And the visionary parents had a visualization for we 4 girls. We were 4 girls in a family of no boy, 4 girls, and they had a vision, a visualization to make their daughters self-reliant. And I was growing up in the 60s. You people have grown up, but I was schooling in 60s and doing college in 70s and doing my further studies later. But the schooling, girls' schooling in 60s was very conservative. There was rarely a family of our kind in that region where girls were being played to go to play competitive tennis, be scholarship holders, and then traveling all over the country in tracksuits and wearing shorts, etc. Probably I was the only family in Amritsar, I know, that's where I came from, sent us to the best school. So I'm a product of very visionary father and mother who had very high love for education, mothers. Tennis was my father's, and that's how 2 things merged into my life. And it's through that I got my leadership, the leadership qualities as a girl, not as a boy, but as a girl, and we were all 4 girls, as I explained to you. All the qualities of initiative, decision-making, courageous, mobility, an ambition or a plan for myself. This is my little background I thought you'd know, because you would not know. Your grandmother will know. And probably your mother will know, but you would not know. So I thought I must tell you, the basis of leadership is your growth, is your childhood, is your schooling, and is the way your parents are grooming. And you're all being groomed to be leaders today. You're already in leadership. I'm now taking you further, that when you are employed, when you are leaders leading your organizations, what are the things you must keep in mind? And if you do, you'll make it outstanding. You'll be loved. You'll be respected. You will be looked up to. You will be referred to. These are the qualities, character traits which you will occupy, which you will earn. So I'm going to run through you. It's biographical. It's through policing concepts, then it's prison concepts, then it's peacekeeping concepts, and then it comes Pondicherry concepts. So we'll keep the time fast. Now, as Professor Kumar told you, you have the little slips to economize on time. As I go through the presentation, a question which comes to your mind, write it down, pass it on, and then Professor Kumar will sort it out. Maybe we group up the questions, and please write your name in the question if you wish to be mentioned, but we will try and answer and do justice. I believe that we have to vacate this hall at 6:30. Am I right, Dr. Kumar?
7:30.
Oh, 7:30. So what's the time now? 6:50, we got a lot of time. So 7:30 we have to vacate, so we got plenty of time. So I'll show you the presentation. It's a mixture of slides and visuals and voiceovers, and so I'll explain as it go, but each slide is 1,000 words for you. So that's the reason I've compiled it. Very interestingly, some slides have been identified by him. When I was making my presentation, he said, but Dr. Bedi, you did this also, and you did that also, and we found this on the website also. Why don't you insert that? And I know, it's interesting. Something which had receded in my memory, he brought it forth into our presentation. So it's a very interesting presentation, which has been also contributed equally by your professor, and he did it exactly like a professor, correcting my presentation out of sheer habit of correction. And after a long time, I found a teacher. I thought I was always the teacher, but I found a teacher in him. And I also became a student. And after a while, we said, now, are you equal? We've done it together because we corrected each other after a while. So here it is, your presentation. Let me get going.